생각을 한다고 잊어버린 눈을 감아도 그럴수록 더 빠져들어가 괜히 좀 더 크게 웃어도 술을 한 잔 두 잔 마셔도 잊으려 해도 네가 떠올라 어두운 밤은 불빛을 따라가 One step, two step, rap a light 계속해 걸어가 멈추지 않아 달려가 I don't wanna wake up 나는 점점 지쳐가 그러다 미쳐가 yeah 선명하게 떠올라 너와 나의 story 네 모든 게 생각나 미치게 해 갈수록 더 힘들어 Beautiful mistakes yeah
No, did I do it again? Wake up in the morning next to her and her friends. Now we're breaking the bed. And she said she wanna do it again, but I can't. Remember I made it bad. Drank more than I should have had. 우리 사랑하지 말아요.
네가 떠올라 어두운 밤은 불빛을 따라가 One step, two step, rap a light 계속해 걸어가 멈추지 않아 달려가 I don't wanna wake up 나는 점점 지쳐가 그러다 미쳐가 yeah 선명하게 떠올라 너와 나의 story 네 모든 게 생각나 미치게 해 갈수록 더 힘들어 Beautiful mistakes yeah 익숙해져버린 내 일상 속에 널 이제 잊었다 생각했어 내 귓가에 속삭이던 너의 목소리 그리워가 때가 One step, two step, rap a light 계속해 걸어가 멈추지 않아 달려가 I don't wanna wake up 네 모든 게 생각나 미치게
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for the raid Max Money AWA, and welcome to your 15 viewers too.
Hello.
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 crossing my fingers this is passable. Good morning, everybody. Just booting up the program, and it looks like my launcher decided to go sideways on me. So I'm just resurrecting that, and then we will be getting right on into Minecraft. In the meantime, let's just run ourselves a Champion of the Hill, because we can. Why not, right? Here we go.
Hello? Congratulations, Bob, on being the new Champion of the Hill. Alright. So apparently my game has decided it's going to update. Lovely. That's okay. It's requesting everything and we're 30% done, so we'll just chit-chat for a second or two. Be with you in one shake. And I just realized my glasses are super dirty, so gotta sort that one. And we will definitely be coming into the game pronto. Alrighty then. While my Minecraft is launching, yes, I can shoot the breeze, but when Minecraft no worky, my brain no worky. How's that for a day? So we're launching, and you see what I see, except that I'm getting... Wow, that was rough. I was starting at 3 frames a second, now we're up to 17. I have no idea what's got my computer all confused today. It was a fresh reboot. Oh well, we'll go with it. We're closing in on 20 frames a second, so it's passable. And I'm gonna go with it. Must be a day ending in Y, as in WHY. Alright, so, now we're up. A bit more usable. I am hoping... That's north. I am hoping today to be able to get a go on the record. Still short on the Blackstone, so we may end up actually going to get some ourselves, whether it be mining or whether it be liberating some from the Zerk base. I am very disorganized about that, but yeah. And of course Bobby wants an update. Bobby always wants an update. Go away. Now, because we may actually be headed out to someone else's place, I probably should upgrade everything just so I can see what's going on. One of the things I thought about is having a backup version of Minecraft that can update fairly quickly, fairly easily without maps and such, that looks more vanilla-esque and just has a couple of mods to make things run well and stuff like Better F3 to actually make it function. But, you know, that would take organization. Right? Right. Right. I'm squirreling because there's a hole over there that's really bothering me. Oh, apparently I was cutting something, and I don't know. That's weird janky generation, so maybe I did it, maybe I didn't. Haha, I left a tree. That's, ugh. That's a no-go. Delan, shame on you. Don't do that. Alright. Lots of duplication sound. That's okay. We'll get there. Oh, bedtime. Oh, sheep. I'll get my feet under me. We've got... I see you. Yuck. No. Ow. Fine. You want to play? Come play. Punks. Oops, he got me. Okay. Come back here, punk.
Greetings.
One at a time, please. Yes, I could run away. Why would I? Come on. It's like only one at a time wants to dive in. You get smacked. I'll hit you, chicken, if I have to. Wow, that's a little bit strange noise. Come on. Are you gonna stand there all day? Oh, no, I missed. Fine. Let's bait you to come down. Burn, your choice. Oh! Okay. That was less than ideal. God, the witch didn't decide to come like me today. And there goes the creeper. Are you still there? Okay, so we still have some nasties in the woods. But not as close as I thought. Okay. We can handle this now. What a weird way to start. Get the sound figured out. That was odd. Hopefully you guys actually could hear that, but I couldn't tell. It was like quadruplicate. Okay, there we go. I have no idea how bad my mic is today. I'm just going with it unless people tell me otherwise. We've been playing around, or I've been playing around with room echo and stuff, trying to make it better. And in the process, I think I made it worse, but I just hit a frustration point where I go, well, it's functional. I don't sound like RoboCop from the 80s, so we're just going with it. I don't sound like Max Headroom either, which is nice. It's frustrating sometimes because, you know, you get everything tweaked just the way you like, and then something along the lines, maybe it's an update or whatever, messes with a setting or a level, and suddenly nothing works the way you expect anymore. So, yeah. It's kind of bad when sometimes during my testing, Oswin sounded better than I do. You know, that's kind of saying something. Oh, and I still forgot to tell Oswin that he's not a character. I mean, you can be funny like a character, but that's not what I meant. I am the right level now, so I need to fill that in. We'll get back to filling more of this gap in, but I want to do the bit by the over there. Yes, by the thing. Stuff in the things. As I said, it's a day ending in Y. Now today is one where we run longer. Oops, and I got an app message that I didn't pay attention to, which might actually be relevant timing-wise. Okay, good. Yeah. So we will be headed to the Zerks at some near point. The message I had temporarily ignored, not realized was there. When I shut down a lot of the sounds, I quite literally shut down a lot of the sounds on my other apps. So Discord may have dinged at me or something, and I didn't hear it. So that was not a good thing, because that took the directions at Zerks to finding the Blackstone we need. And I will tell them to send me the bill later. Funny, sometimes I wonder if certain members of the server just live on the server day in and day out. I mean, being more code savvy than I am, some of them probably have batch files and stuff that they get them onto the server after every single reboot, and they just either AFK or whatever, so that when they are on the server, they can do absolutely mindless things like mining Blackstone or whatever else for hours on end, and end up with all the things, all the stuff and things. Wow. It's funny, I'm hearing my game duck me while I'm trying to talk to you guys, and that's a really strange experience I hadn't really clued into before. Because basically I'm monitoring the game so that I hear what you hear. In other words, if I have no sound at all, you guys have no sound. It makes sense in that respect. But it is a little bit odd, because when I'm going on yakking about stuff, not only do I not hear it because, of course, you hear your own voice over top of whatever else you're doing, but I'm also not hearing it because the game is actually, like in OBS, is told to duck the microphone. So that means it's duck below the microphone's volume level, and that's funny when my experience to the game is through the moderation of what you guys are hearing. So that has its pros and cons, clearly, because if I talk too much, I may not hear things like creepers sneaking up on me. Smart. You know, double trouble. Yay! Well, unless people like Froggo decide, you know, give me creeper noises, in which case, those ones, I don't hear any better than I would hear anything else. But I'm very glad to see everybody today. Thank you very, very much, Raiders, for coming in. I feel super spoiled. I should have actually said hello to each and every one of you. Let's see how far back I need to go. Oh, just the hill. Okay. So, proper good mornings, too. Not the bot. Max, thank you ever so much for dropping your people off. I really appreciate it. I wasn't sure if you were going to be up today or not. And welcome on in, Bob. Congratulations on being champion of the hill. Hopefully your work day, or your work hours day, even though, yeah. I hope that part of your day went okay. Don't ask. Z-Tech, hello. Max Raid, yes. Max Size Raid, awesome. And then we've got Mike Burton was dropping on in. I did see that. That one, actually, I heard that one. Blip, and it dropped right on in. C-Tech joined. Okay. Fox, good morning. Hello. Fox is not in the house right now. He's actually out at his office. Probably in meetings, so 9 chances out of 10 he does not have either sound or captions running. Because that would imply that he'd actually have to cop to the fact that he's sitting in my stream while at work, and I don't know how many people at his office would appreciate that. Oh yeah, guess we should fill that at some point. It's outside the mansion, so I don't really care. At least not as far as the part that goes underneath. Things fell in there? Things fell in? Whatever. Grass blocks? Grass block, grass block. Where? I do not see them. Aha. There's one. A couple more. Guess there's one over here, apparently, I left. I don't know. Okay, well, we have a few. So let's go fill some holes, then we can go over to the Zerks and get some supplies to continue on the record. I'm liking having my kids in the older scout section. For the most part, the kids are at that level are expected to be more responsible for themselves, which my kids tend to be, well, within reason. I mean, there's some stuff where I still get my nose out of joint on ways I expect them to be responsible, and have the personal impression they're not, but that's neither here or there at the moment. What I'm getting at is that because of that, theoretically, there's less programming responsibility for the leadership, but that does mean then that 9 chances out of 10 I'm going to get snagged into doing some sort of programming for the hub section just because they don't have enough leaders to cover all of their activities. They want to do a 4-station rotation at camp, and they don't have enough leaders to do 8 for just cubs. But we'll see. If I can get out of it, I will. Not feeling it, but I'll find out tonight when I get voluntold. And I mean by finding out tonight because I'm going to another scout event, but we've got leaders that pull double duty with more than one section like I used to. And so I'll probably find out tonight what I'm supposed to be doing. I suspect what we're going to have is a cub responsible leader being the point person on one of the activity stations, and I'm just more their 2 deep scout leader requirement filler, which means basically a body and an assist. And that's good, because there are certain youth, if they need hands-on assistance, they drive me absolutely round the bend, so I have to be careful. Anyhow, how that fits is that today is Thursday. We will be streaming tomorrow. I think. Yeah. Tomorrow's a thing. Right? Yeah. Tomorrow's a thing. Okay. We will be streaming tomorrow. Even though I do have to go out to camp. But it also seems like there's camps. Feels like there's camps every single time I want to do something interesting. But that's okay. That's the way life goes. So next month, when stream weekend hits, I will be streaming, but I will also be freshly coming back from camp. Well, that same day, having slept in a tent. And so I've had to pick a rather unusual for me time slot on the Sunday. And we'll see how that pans out. Because we've shuffled some other people around to make that work. And yeah, I have to find something that we can do as a project over then. If we don't get this ridiculous record done, we'll be working on the Nowhere Man then, which would be kind of crazy. Get rid of what I've got in my inventory, then we'll go to the Zerks. Because we're not all about this. But one of the things that had occurred to me is I had wanted to do something different for Halloween this year because I've done the same thing for a few years running. But when the plan of what I ordered fell through, I didn't have a backup plan that I was fully prepared for. So normally I'd be like, oh yeah, well we'll come back from camp and this week and we'll be
working on that will just get it done, and I'll go out and pick up all the things, and it's all good. Except it occurred to me that I'm coming back from camp on the Sunday afternoon, and we have our group Halloween party on Monday. So, yeah. Tight, but that's okay. So I'm debating whether, and I'll have to decide probably this afternoon, this evening, whether I will whether I will just go with what I've done a few years running, whether I will ask Fox if he can bring in some makeup for me from Amazon while I'm away, and if so, what color, and whether or not I will be shopping for a sweater that I can reuse later, do a completely and utterly different character. Although I will say, when we've talked about this before, but I've had a conversation. I was having a conversation with my therapist the other day, and I told her got this stuff coming up, and the Halloween party is coming up, and so on and so forth, and she wanted to know what I was going to be. So I told her about the plan and why I couldn't be what I wanted to originally be, etc., etc. And she said, "Oh, what's your backup plan?" So I told her the character is the backup plan, and the first thing out of her mouth was, "No." I was like, okay. Well, that's an interesting reaction. Because the one I had chosen, I actually quite legit like the character. It's got nothing to do with the dead obvious element of it, but I was looking at doing my alternative character suggestion, I'm still considering, is from the Inside Out Disney movie series. I actually quite like the character of Sadness. They do a really good job with that. It's a very neat character. So that's why I wanted to do it, is because I liked the character. But she took it at face value and thought I was making some sort of like personal emotional statement or something. I was like, I think you're a little out to lunch there. But I'm a little bit concerned that if I did do that one, that other people at my scout group would do the same thing. Disney science fiction? What? Live action, one science fiction film. Yes, that works because Disney owns other properties not labeled Disney. So, for example, Miramax is one of those things that works. And Disney was also in behind a good number of some of the older sci-fi in the 60s and 70s. I think... what's the one? Now I'm trying to remember what it's called. There was one where the storyline involved people getting shrunk to go fix a heart valve problem or something for a patient and getting injected in a submarine. And of course everything goes wrong as they try to get out, and the antibodies in the patient's body decide to go a little bit haywire and reject the submarine. So they've got to take detour routes through other parts of the body to get out. And some of them make it and some of them don't. I'm trying to remember what that one was called, but Disney was involved in that as well. So that's where the Disney science fiction concept comes in, was that they do own other companies that aren't labeled Disney. I mean, I guess, yeah, the live action part is the other part that kicks it, because one could kind of say that, Atlantis was science fiction, but it's an animated. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna ask Oswin. Well, I can't spell. Disney. Live action science fiction film.
Go. See if he answers or not. I don't know. What? No. Definitely not. Okay, there we go. That I can buy. If you're going to tell me the Jungle Book is science fiction, your answers are sus right from square one. But Tomorrowland I will buy. That I can handle. Which gives us an answer and we can roll it. There you go. It's not just Disney, I swear. It's on my to-do list actually to make this. The way the system runs for the Geek Out game at the moment is based off of the real game. In that the real game you would roll a die that would give you a color, and then you just get that question off of like whatever random card shows up from the pile, that color. Because of the way that the bot works, can pull a random line sort of thing, then one of my projects is to consider overhauling the Geek Out game such that all of the questions are in one massive file. So rather than doing a double random, so random on the color and then random on the question, if I put them all in one massive file, then I think we can eliminate the bit about where it says Disney, it's like whatever set, and it'd still say stuff like Pixar animation. But it wouldn't say stuff like the 2000s or whatever, because that would be irrelevant. So I'm hoping to do that at some point, but it's on my, low prior list because this functions. It's just that I think the way that the double system is working is that for some reason it's coming up Disney unusually frequently, and then from there we get a lot of the same questions over and over again, or very similar ones. So it feels like it's a Disney day. I also don't know why the resub is busted, because I didn't write the code that puts that up there, so I need to find an alternate code for that. I just don't have the time to write one myself from scratch.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
If you call that conversation, then you're being generous. But, yeah. So let's see. Topic right now, Pixar animation we can handle. 2 characters with names that begin with L. L. Villain, was it Lotsa Hugs Bear or whatever? Lotsa Huggin? Whatever his name is. They just call him Lotso. And he's nasty. So that's one. I just need one other one, and I can't seem to think of another one at the moment. Thinking like that Toy Story, Was there one in... what's his name? I don't think there was an L-themed one in the Cars franchise or Planes. Maybe there was. Not sure. Now I'm really wondering. That's fine, but let's move this for now. Okay. I'm actually only trying to make it 2 deep from the building, but, excuse me. Go. I'm going to get 2 deep from the building, but once we've done our measurements, it's actually all the way down to there, so we don't have any problems. Okay, so, I'm out of stuff, which is good. I don't have any holes. It's the terracing isn't done, but I don't care. I don't have any holes. We're going to go off to the Zerks and see if we can find ourselves some Blackstone we can nick. So I will steal this bed for now. Here we go. Where I was going with earlier saying no mods would be, I would probably want better F3, or actually probably an and, but of course mods that make things run better. That's a given. Mods make things run better. After that, I would probably want to go with, yeah,
but R3 to clean up the F3 thing. But when I say or, actually I'll go the other place. It will be mods that, or a basic mod that puts the coordinates on the screen, and I figured that's a non-cheaty one, because as long as I'm not using a whole ton of extra coordinates, like you see on the bottom edge of the maps, because there's far too much in the mini-map in that sense, I figure it's not cheaty if you basically, in Java, use a mod that purely replicates the look of what you see in... Oh, that's that way, I guess. Of what you see in Bedrock. Right? So, if Bedrock can get coordinates on the screen in a vanilla fashion, then I figure it's not cheaty if you do it in Java. There you go. That's the theory! As I said the other day, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright, what's in here? That's the project box for... I decided to make it a barrel because I'm forever picking up and putting away the shulker box for whatever the project is. And I figured I'll just leave one here, and that makes more sense. And then this is... Okay, we've got a few more items, so I'm going to throw out a prediction for these 18, and then we can come back and do some more afterwards. But we've got the time, so let's start with the predictions. Let's see. We have one that already says that. Refresh. 18. Perfect! I've got one I could rerun. Excellent. Run again. Huzzah! Now, if I can move that up on the screen, I would, but it would interfere with other things that we sometimes run, so that's why I'm not. Come on, wallet. What is this? This is... It's the toolbox. What is missing? I'm not used to it having a slot available. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll figure out what that is at some point when I run out of things and need a whatever that isn't there. I think I may have used up a spoon. That's probably what it was, is used up a spoon that I didn't want to keep. Wow. That's a different kind of sound for our stream. We don't hear this sort of stuff much. We are at the moment listening to the Epidemic Sound Staff Picks playlist because we haven't for a couple of weeks. So I figured let's give it a go. It's a little different than usual. We have some shulker boxes if we need to take care of that. Alright, do I have... I'm going out anyways. Is there anything... I'm just going to grab this and see if is there anything that I need to put repairs on. I could on that. It's not a big deal, so a couple of mendings wouldn't hurt. One for here and one for the spider thing. But I guess, other than that, I don't think I have anything I need to put extra stuff on. Yeah, okay. Guess we're good. It's one of those, you know, if you're out anyways, you might as well do all the shopping. Yeah. Wow. I forgot I took that wall down. Okay. I hear all kinds of weird noises up top because the chicken's making sounds and stuff. Let's go before I start getting tempted to look into fixing things and doing things, and yeah. There's always a million pieces, right? You can just keep going forever. Well, I know what I was here for. Aside from the fact that I have no frame rate, that's not good. Let's try and sleep. Respawn set. I don't know why that's being weird. Sorry, the frame rate thing is bugging me a little bit because it shouldn't be showing, or not showing, but shouldn't be giving me troubles. I think the only thing I'm running that I don't normally run is Discord, so that's probably it. But we're gonna head over and go see what we can find. See if we can get a move on. Alright. Got rockets, got wings. Okay, let's go. Just checking. Nope. That's an emergency one, so I don't really care that it has no durability fixer. I'm really gonna have to put that beam on the other side at some point. Okay, first things first. Train station. Hello? Fly? Maybe? Flying, you know, that thing that's kind of important? No escapees today, please. Wow. Okay, we are flying in the nether with Bobby turned on for distance reasons, and I'm getting only... Best I've seen so far was 77 frames. That's really interesting. Alright, so for those that are interested, the prediction is up. Ooh. Now I'm really curious. What the heck? Who and why? Huh. This is curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Neat. Okay, well, whatever. Not my problem. Not even a problem. Not my business. There, that's better.
Hello.
Not my business. Runs through chat screaming like a maniac. Welcome in, Woovale. This is... Oh, gaming district. Ah. "214 blocks ahead to the north." Really? Well then. We're gonna stand on this sign. What are we now? 9, 128, 4. Right? It's going down. Aw, man. I have to do math. Is it 214? So 210 minus 210. Okay. So let's go like this. Oops. Y. New.
Hello.
Gaming district. Mark. And this would be negative 210. Green? I don't know. Green? Sure. Let's make it something interesting. I love a lot of teal, so maybe teal doesn't work. Gaming. Got a pink one already. Red. Yeah, red. Danger, Will Robinson. There we go. Ew. Wrong color. Okay, let's try it again. Edit. Random. I don't know. Green, sure. Save. And it looks reasonable. So far, so good. But there's still time left. Blah, 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 blah. This one. I get very, very squirreled, so I'm trying hard not to let myself get as squirreled as usual. Actually, let's do it from back here. This way and that one. I could fly. You know, that would be sensible, but... Depends. Did you vote? That was just weird. Okay, let's see where we're at on that one. Yeah, we got one person in for 10 and one person in for 5 grand. Yeah, that was not ideal.
Wherever they came from, somebody made a boo-boo. Well, depends who's on which side. Oh, Tom's just getting rid of his points. That's how it always goes, right? Ha! 2 Poodle and Bacons. In case you got to the Zerks and got lost, there's a sign that tells you went the wrong way if you're going to Poodle and Bacons. Right. Swanky. To reality. No, okay, just kidding. Reality? Okay, so now I need to actually read the instructions. Wow, it makes sense, but when I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be following, then it confuses me. Ambient songs are horrifying. Depends. The song is called, currently it's called Take Me to You, and it says, what was it? The artist is La Dorian, but I misread that as DeLorean. Yeah. Okay, so it says, if you enter the storage from under the stairway leading to our castle, you go to the center area and to the left. Okay, so I assume I have to go past the creeper sitting in the boat. I have a feeling that wasn't intentional. But then again, being there's 2 boats there, it might have been intentional. I tend to prefer to swim. I don't know why, but I do. Every time I've come here, I think I've only taken a boat once. Normally I just swim it. Or whatever this is called. It's not really swimming, is it? Okay. He said stairway, right? Okay. So, right, it says, enter the storage from under the stairway leading to the castle. I'm a bad perler, just so you know. So when it comes to ender pearling, I will ender pearl myself into damage. Not just things like lava and such, but it's also, I hit the wall, I hit the ground too hard, I hit whatever. Even when you're not supposed to get damage from pearling, like those sorts of situations, yeah, I still. There we go. No! Oswin! How rude! How rude! He's lacking visual context, can you tell? Okay, so we go in here. Center area to the left. Okay, that way. Wow. Okay, I get that you've got some chests and barrels going, but I will admit, first impressions, since I haven't been in this section, reminds you an awful lot of Carnage Joe's crazy storage building she had that eventually caused lag on the Bedrock server. So, yeah. Okay. Blackstone is along this side, and it's labeled. The barrel above the storage chest that should have a couple of shulkers. Feel free to just take what you need or whatever from the chest below, as it will automatically backfill. Huh, okay. Cool. Cobblestone, gravel, andesite, diorite. Sorry, I need to get rid of some of these that are... No, not to mention all. Please auto switch, you crazy thing. You're supposed to auto switch. Let's go to Overworld in here. Thank you. I don't need that one on. Okay, these are distance. The dots are annoying me because I can see them everywhere, and I have to change that setting later. Apparently the Zerk's portal is 137.2 meters away. Okay. Tough bricks, cobble deep slate, blah blah blah. For a second there I was like, are you doing these alphabetically? But thank heavens, no.
so this is there. Wow, did it ever backfill? Huh. Okay, I had permission to snag a couple, so I'm actually going to... yeah, I'm going to put them away here so that I don't lose them while we travel. Sneaky! I love your flooring. Funny, actually. This pattern, I liked it, and I didn't think to use the same block for flooring. I didn't end up doing the flooring after all, I gave up, but one of the thoughts I'd had at one point was trying to put blocks upside down. I sort of wish we could, because sometimes there's some really neat patterns on the bottom of things. Actually, you know what? It's easier to replace later. So I meant to do this. I have some plans that will need more stuffs at some point, so I think 2 is probably a good plan. And I will ask them for the bill later. Just a few beacon elements around here. Which theoretically should make it Dell safe, but it's not. You know, never is. Because you can't protect somebody from being an idiot in terms of falling on things. Yeah, okay. Overflow. Overflow. Is that like the, you know, I had this random junk in my inventory and I'm just gonna throw it here and should sort it later? Anyway. Okay, there's more to see and stuff, but we're not here to tour the Zerk space, so let's get ourselves back. We've got things to do. More placing! Woohoo! But no, not of dirt. Well, I hope not of dirt. I want to get the record filled in and stringed up so that we can actually get on to the Nowhere Man. I still haven't picked a pose, but we can start working on some basic ideas anyways, because of, you know, artistic license and all that jazz. Okay, where are we going? Let's just fly. You know what? When I'm out and about, what did I say? Is it worth shopping district? I can't remember. There probably wasn't anything else I needed at the moment. Like, mending is nice, but it wasn't essential. Taking the long route back. Just always checking the mail. And then we're going back. For sure and for certain. Nothing. Excellent. We're leaving. Whoops. I wouldn't follow you or enable notification to know when Osmond goes live. No. Can you imagine Osmond streaming? That would be scary. That would probably be pretty frightening to a lot of people. It feels like I'm flying slow today. I probably am. I think it's just that I'm used to being in places where I've got a beacon giving me haste to run around, so it makes everything else feel slow when you're not around a beacon. Well, just a few rockets left. Okay, I'm gonna do this. This bugs me. Okay, so let's go Y. Home, home. Edit this one. Cancel. Okay, let's go around this way. Temporary. Please don't go into the... Good. Okay. So this one, we're going to go Y. We're going to edit this waypoint. And we'll just clear it. Oh, and the overworld. Oops, that's not what I want. I want Nether. There we go. Edit that one. See what it does. Nope, won't let me. Uh-oh. It kicks me out for doing that. That's great. The whole game crashed. Woohoo! Warp. I guess it doesn't like 0 values. Yeah, we're an hour ahead. So it's fine. That's fine. In this case, I will give everybody a hydrate.
Everybody hydrate!
Woo! That's for everybody to grab your copy, your tea, your water, your juice, your bubbly, whatever you got. Something wet.
Hello?
I did a dumb. Woohoo! Okay. Multiplayer. Join, and then we'll bother with making it the right size on the screen. That's all. It probably says I came back, too. Thanks, Tom. So what I'm gonna do, maybe be smart about this, looking at the coordinate 399, 576. Okay, now I can change this one. Yeah, happy game? There we go. Okay, and then I need to change the other one. Edit. 399. Confirm. Done. Okay, now it's on here, which means that then when I come through the portal, it won't be in my face. That's the point. Okay, this joke is old. Let's get rid of that stuff. It's one of those jokes that's old and certainly not gold. Do we have frame rates? Well, we have... Oh. Looks like we have a few frames. What am I going to use? For 2019? Yeah, okay. Shovel could use it, and it gives me a quick opportunity to check on this one to see how we're doing here. Getting better. Yeah, that works. We're not at a point yet where we need to swap out the smoker, but soon. Well, that was useful. It did have enough. I didn't think it did. It didn't get enough noise to make it sound like it worked. Okay, good. We're fine. Okay, so let's go outside and get laying down the blackstone. And I will just grab some rockets on the way so that we can actually get back to the bed when that happens. When night falls. There we go. I guess I could temporarily put the bed in the middle. That would be sensible. But, you know, sensible and me doing things are not always compatible with one another. I finally figured out how to get these things to sort the way I want. Most of the time. Oops. So, yeah. I'm somewhat impressed with myself. Even though it's still cheaty McCheerson, depending on your point of view. No, I can stay there. I don't care. Okay. South, right? We're on the south side this time. I shouldn't have to put up north and south signs for me not to get lost in my own mansion, but I do get lost anyways. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait a minute. What? 2, 4, 6, 8. Sure, why not have 12? Just because. I thought I had 9 for some reason or other. Hello. I guess past a particular point, you're not going to end up with an odd number, simply because if you breed all of an even number, you're going to get another even number, right? This one, and hey, buddy. There we go. I think it's everybody? Yeah. They like them. When did you get one? Okay. I really don't need more for Scoot reasons, but they're just too cute to not have more. Although I think a dozen might be a good place to stop. She says, as she knows perfectly well that that's not going to be the case, right? Alright. Yes, their waddle is adorable, their squeak is adorable when they freak out as you come in the door. It's kind of amusing. Okay, let's go like this. I'm gonna bring out those and the toolbox. That one. Sorry. It's cheesy, but I always am amused by when I put things right by the bed that theoretically in real life would be really dangerous. It shouldn't be funny, but to me it is. Whoops. Oh well, that'll do. If I need to, I can fill it up later. So I will just... Yeah. So let's use the one that's not full first. Let's pull this. Take off that. My music just went really weird. I'm gonna skip that song, it sounds all choppy to me.
Ads are starting.
All right.
Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
I will, Osmond? Good to know. Oh, okay. There. This one. Alrighty. We need a ton of those slabs. Let's just go with it. Fill the inventory. You don't want to, do ya? Keep going. Keep going. Aha, that's why, because we ran out of room. That would be why. Put these up there. And because I can... There. Happy now, game? Two projects in which Kathy Bates has starred. Ooh! Well, we haven't had that one in a while. That's yeah. I can picture Kathy Bates, definitely an actress, obviously. She... Without putting too fine a point upon it, she looks visually a little bit like Melissa McCarthy. And... yeah, I was gonna say, she tends to do darker films, more serious films. Good question. I haven't actually sat through things, and as you guys are aware, I have a really bad memory for titles and names. So, what we're doing with this one is, of course, slabbing up the record itself. That's representing the vinyl part. This is the groove. And then we're going to put dust in the groove to see if that will keep the last of the mob opportunities at bay. Then we can work on
trying to put together a version of the Nowhere Man, who'll probably end up getting dusty as well, just because I have to use full blocks for a lot of that. And I'm not really keen on the fact that I'm going to have to use full blocks for his face, just because you can't do vertical slabs. Thank you very much, Mojang. Groovin' on a sunny afternoon. Actually, it's not sunny here, but whatever. Not the point. So I'm doing it up. I was going to follow the spiral all the way around originally, but when I didn't have enough blackstone, I figured I should probably just start doing it a quarter at a time so we can see how that starts to look. And see if we like the look, because you don't want to get too far into the whole thing and then discover, nope, I hate it, gotta redo it. Because I've already been through that about 4 times. Originally, this one, I tried it before we got to the Blackstone decision, because I didn't have a whole lot, well, I didn't have a whole ton of Blackstone because I hadn't been to the Nether that often. Then I was trying Deep Slate, and it just turned out way too grey. So, yeah. She was the mom in Waterboy? Oh, okay. Oh! She was, yes, thank you. Yeah, as soon as you said Titanic, I pictured her perfectly. So in Kathy Bates... sorry, in Titanic. In Titanic, Kathy Bates plays the unsinkable Molly Brown, who actually was a real person, oddly enough. Not played the way that Bates played her. I mean, there really isn't much people know about Molly Brown. But yeah, she was a new moneyed heiress, which makes no sense at all. But a new money person from the North America that had come over to England on another trip, partly to come back on the Titanic. That was kind of the point of her trip overseas. And yeah, I have a funny feeling that long term she regretted that decision. But the interesting part is she, if you ever look up the history of Molly Brown, if I remember correctly, part of the reason she got the nickname Unsinkable, not necessarily during her lifetime, is because she's actually been on more than one ship sinking in her lifetime. Yeah. And survived all of them. So, kind of a weird lady in that respect. Well, it even shows decently in the map, so I'm actually kind of pleased with that. So if we go the cam, so we can just float up. Yeah, that's actually not bad. So we'll need to put the string in there, but otherwise, I'm liking that. It does spiral all the way down, so we start from this edge down here. Instead of starting at the top, I started at the bottom, go figure. And it goes all the way around to... Where's the tail end of this one? Funny, because my brain wants to do the circle clockwise, and it is clockwise, but just from the other side. Round, round, round. I'm following it. It looks kind of like I screwed up in the center somewhere, but I'm not. That doesn't make sense. Ah, I did screw up mentally. It's actually counterclockwise. I don't know why I did it counterclockwise. That's not the way a record should be done. Records should go clockwise, but yeah, I'm not going to change that. We're far enough in, I really don't want to flip that. It's a pain in the butt. That said, let's get onto it. No one will know. No one will know. But that's why I can't seem to follow the groove. It's like, geez, what is with the sound today? Yeah. So Spotify is having a bad day. What are you ducking that's causing problems? Well, that's weird. So I actually had to point it to the correct app. I did, but the app title changes every time the song title changes. That's just the way Spotify's chosen to do it, and that's part of how other apps sometimes read what you've got for new title. But what's interesting about that is when I repointed it to this title, it seemed to clear up the mess. So I guess I just forced to OBS to reconnect to the app. But I'm confused by that because that shouldn't work, and it also makes me wonder what's going to happen when the song's over. Is it going to fail again? Why do I have two of these? Ah, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably a little scary when I've got 8 different filters going on one source. Yeah, a little bit awkward. All right. Some people like Oswin, but I get that the original character that he is based off of, so yes, I'll cop to that, even though he's not supposed to tell you he's a character. But the original character from the Brother Cadfael Chronicles that Oswin is based on is kind of clueless about the world, so this fits. And the character does sometimes take things really oddly literally. And gets... Derek Jacobi, who played him for BBC, does a great job of giving some really ridiculous eye rolls at time, going, "Oh, for Pete's sake, Oswin, how can you be so thick?" kind of thing. And it works really, really well. But there are days I just keep picturing the other, like the actor who played it as for TV, when Oswin makes a really big mistake. I'm going, yeah. I just can't get the image out of my head, even though this isn't really that character. It's just one of those things. When you're a visual person, sometimes you can't shake the visuals. That said, I'd be really curious to see how the recastings of some of my favorite movies will go during the remakes, because, for one, some of the original actors are dead, so even if you didn't want to recast them, you don't have a choice. And so, going the other way, I'm biased in favor of certain actors, but you can't reuse them because they'd be no longer here, So I'll be curious to see how it goes. And yet, one would say sometimes, not that the book is better than the movie, but once a movie has been made of a book, that people think of the movie actors and actresses above anything they could have conjured up while reading the book, and that's actually not true for me in regards to books in most cases. Now, there are exceptions to that where I do fall into that trap, but in most cases that's not the situation. One good example, I guess, of that is I'm a fan of Sherlock Holmes. I'm also a fan of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. And so for Holmes, I have a favorite Holmes actor because he fits what I think the character should be like. And unfortunately, Jeremy Brett has passed. So, I seem to like a lot of deceased actors and actresses. Maybe it's because you actually have some hope of ever watching the entirety of their filmography that's available. Maybe, I don't know. But as far as Poirot goes, David Suchet is still very much alive and kicking, and he is my absolute favorite version of the screen character. Absolutely detest Kenneth Branagh's version, and kind of on the fence about the other two I'm aware of. Peter Ustinov did a rather odd take on Poirot. The intellectual bit was there, but as far as visuals go, certainly not. Albert Finney who did Murder on the Orient Express many, many years ago, along with a ridiculously star-studded cast. He seemed to play it in a way that was very, I don't know if manic would be the word, but very high-strung and very wired. And when he made a pronouncement, it sounded like, you're half expecting the sound man to have added a lightning strike from above. Not a positive godly thing, or more like when he made a negative commentary, it felt like he was something should be far more dramatic than it really was, I guess. He got his rolled, thank heavens. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes books on Kindle are awesome. Yeah, I'm very glad they're free on the Kindle. I think more people should read them, but that's just because I like them. And it's not just because of those, but I've had an interest in mysteries for years because my mom and I used to play a game when we were kids, or when I was a kid, where we'd watch a mystery program or a mystery show, and within, the allowance of what was available for the technology at the time. So, for example, if it was on VHS or something that we could pause, we would pause it and try and puzzle the solution ourselves, or we would, try and discuss what we could during the commercial breaks to see if we could figure out what the solution was and who was the real, who done it. And so with the mystery books, I've always enjoyed doing that, and so I got to the point where quite frequently, not in every case, but quite frequently, I can sort of see the solution coming. And it's not always right. I do make mistakes, but it's a fun game to play. And with the Holmesian ones, yeah. The reason they work in terms of people not knowing what the solution is, and we all feel dumb like Watson sometimes, is because they actually just don't give you all the pieces. It's not one of those things that if you knew inside out absolutely everything you possibly could know about London, you would have all the pieces in hand. It still doesn't work out that way. So, I mean, to some extent, while Doyle kept people riveted to their seats, I've read better mysteries since, just because there's others that do give you all the pieces and still try to trick you. And I like those authors a little bit more, but there's something about going back to the classic that I can't get rid of. Let's see, we've got 4 amusement parks. Oh, come on. Yeah, Disney World, Universal Studios, Canada's Wonderland, SeaWorld, Knott's Berry Farm, Schlitterbahn, Six Flags, Callaway Park. Yeah, well, about that. Yeah, we've got this one for sure. And then we're not even thinking of Skansen, which is the one in Stockholm. Well, okay, maybe that's not really a theme, amusement park per se. Not as much as some of the others. So, Oswin wants to know what your favorite attraction would be at Disney World. Or if someone's never been to a Disney park, but has heard about some of the attractions, what's one that you would like to try? That's another piece of looking at, because not everybody gets to go there. While I would not be necessarily enthused about the non-English elements, I would love to be able to see some of the Pirates of the Caribbean takes from other parts of the world, because I think Tokyo is the one that has a really neat screen projection variety going on, so there's a lot more of a story that you're actually immersed in that version, as opposed to the very classic versions we get in North America. I don't necessarily want the North American ones to be revamped in a huge way. They've already depoliticized them, I guess. Well, okay, let me correct that. Made a statement rather than just saying, hey, it's of the times. Because, Disney be doing that. Wow. Sorry, I'm just surprised that Oswin is able to have that much conversation about it. Pretty interesting. So for those that are not familiar with the Soarin' ride Fantastic Shock Fox is talking about, it's one of those dome theater experiences where you sit in a row of seats, or a series of rows of seats basically, that get lifted up so that you've got more of a motion capture type of situation going on. And it's actually done in such a way that the seats in the front get lifted the highest, and then so on and so forth, the next ones. So it's lifted in such a way, though, that you don't necessarily see feet when you look up. It's done well that way, the way they've spread them out when the machine lifts you up. you don't see everybody's feet, which is quite handy. They also do the additional senses. There we go. It should be extra, but that means outside of, so I don't know. But the additional senses things. So, for example, when it's supposed to be slightly breezy or windy because you're flying, they've got fans doing their thing. When you're supposed to be flying over, say, an orange grove, they've got whatever that weird oil scent is that's in orange skin. They've got some of that sort of stuff being misted into the room. Found out actually because while I was waiting for one of the Soren rides in the lineup, there was someone talking to one of the staffers just asking about things like that because apparently this person was actually allergic. And it turned out that we were in California, so there was less concern about it. Whereas the one in Florida has orange scent on it, and the Californian one does not because they don't fly over an orange grove. Kind of interesting differences. The World Showcase. Yeah, I'd say the World Showcase is one of my favorites. I would also like to see some of the rides done for the World Showcase equivalents in other parts of the planet. So, for example, are we really... Oh, okay. In other parts of the planet, they've got, like in France, they've got a ride based on the movie Ratatouille. Because France, I guess. I mean, it's set in Paris, which is kind of nice, and they're not returning to some of the other properties they've got. I'm glad they went with the Ratatouille because A, you can make it into an adventure ride by being from the mouse point of view, which works well. Whereas, if I had to think of, off the top of my head, any other sort of set in France or set in Paris movies, and I would end up probably coming up with Hunchback of Notre Dame, which would be far too risky, I think, as a property to do any sort of major attraction based on that. I mean, you could do characters from it as walkarounds and stuff, but I guess it's nighttime. You can do characters walking around from that, but I would not think that it would be a good idea to do a ride based on that, because far too much opportunity for politicism or religious discussion, and we really don't want. Yes, I did, Zerk. Although, I grabbed a full shulker, and then I grabbed one that only actually had 10 or 11 rows in it. If I run out, I'll grab more, but I think I'll be fine. Because I might even not need the first shulker, because I forgot about slabs duplicating. So, yeah, we may be one up, in which case, I don't know if you want me to return the extra, or if you want me to hang on to it. It really doesn't matter to me. If I needed it later, I can always ask for it later. Oh, yes, you guys spent time in there, in the Nether. I mean, it's one of those I really should do it things, because some of the generic stuff, like Nether brick, gives you more opportunities of things to work with in terms of materials if you've got a bit of this, that, and the other sort of thing. And I never know what I'm going to need, right? Okay, well, if you need it back, you're welcome to it. So, otherwise I'll just hang on to it. Ha ha ha. It's one of those, so close! Almost. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is you're ancient debris mining, and I haven't done that. At some point I should, just for the sake of having cinnamon buns available, but totally not critical. I mean, it's like some players don't have a lava farm in the overworld, just the way their world worked out, until after they've been to the Nether with the intent of going ancient debris mining, and then they just scoop up some of the lava that ended up in their way. Thankfully not me. I had far too much lava and set myself on fire before I ever went to the Nether. Hee hee. Overworld, or over roof Nether, or otherwise. There, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I guess I will need a little bit more. That's okay. Then we need to run around with the string, and we might actually... I don't know whether I'm going to get into being able to build Jeremy, or if I'm going to need to take you guys with me as we go and figure out what pose we want.
it would be an awful lot easier if I just had him sitting on the record. Pardon me, but that's not necessarily showing off all of his shape. A lot of it depends whether or not I want it to have him in a good mood or bad mood. Because he's in a good mood for a lot of the song, and then when he gets ditched at the end of the song for a while, that when he gets ditched, then he's all sad and crying, and I'm not sure whether I want to do that or not, because if he's seated, I need to deal with the crying face. If he's standing, then I can deal with the happy face. Server restart in a minute. Is that a real restart? Probably, because it's almost exactly on the nose at the moment. I mean, given that the server provider is doing some sort of weird stuff at their end so that the consoles were behaving strangely, at least as of yesterday, then it's all good. Oh, yeah, I guess. Wow! Okay, something bizarre changed on my end. My frame rates are all over the board, but I actually saw us up in, like, triple digits. How does that work? Some days you can't get more than 6 frames, and other days, like even just looking around, other days you get far more. When I look up and around, yeah, I'm in the 70s now, which isn't bad. Odd. Who knows? Maybe it's because not much happened in Discord? I don't know. I can close that, though. One less program. Okay, so, back to server list. I need another hydrate, so I'm going to give you one, except I'm going to set my content for the hydrates. Let's see, set hydrate 1 water. Because I said I had coffee, which is not appropriate. There we go. Okay, so here's your hydrate.
4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
And while you do that and the server's rebooting, I'm going to throw up an ad just so that we can get rid of some pre-rolls. So feel free to take a stretch if you need to.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
When we come back, for those of you that aren't getting an ad, we will be dealing with the prediction, because this is also on a Thursday, the halfway mark. So you guys, lucky you, get a little bit extra. Trying to figure out why I couldn't find my scene, and it's just because I was on the wrong system. Let's go this way. Can I go to the right? To the right, to the right. Oh.
Hello.
Nope.
Hello.
I don't want to do that. So, undo that. I'll move just this widget. There we go. Now it fits better. I don't know. Blame OBS. There you go. Blame OBS. Sorry, I just caught sight of my captions up top, and it was kind of funny. Okay, let's dive back in. 15 seconds left. Yes, it is. Yes, it was supposed to be out. Because we are going to be dealing, as soon as the ads are over, with a diamond ore prediction. I didn't mean to leave it that long, so I need to make my reminder thing a little bit clearer for me that it's locked. Let's see. Actions. Prediction. When is it locked? Settings. Oh, I changed it. Okay. Yeah, that'll take more work for me to fix that. No big deal. The main action, when it got locked, now no longer plays as sounds. In the easy method of code, it got updated, and so now it's a main action based on C# code, which is great, but I'm not a huge C# person, so I actually need to either break it up or more likely dig into the code
itself and tell it within the code to play a file, which is going to be a bit messy. But yeah, we're back. Okay, so let's get over to the side and deal with the prediction. Now that we've got the record done, it just needs its dust. This one, into the wallet. There we are. So, there's your Y. Okay, so we have a prediction, and the prediction, which was terrible, that's okay, it works, is we had only 2 people, 5 and 10. Okay, well, let's do that, and then we'll get a fresh one up now that there's a couple more people kicking around. And I don't know if we're going to have enough blocks when we're done, but we'll find out. Throw those in here for now. Okay, so we're evens or odds, same sort of deal. Was it? Yeah, so we have 5 grand on odd and 10 points on even. And it came out even. Yep, math. Math. There we go. So it will disappear on its own. Alright, so we can do... There, it does go away. What I'm gonna do... How long am I gonna run this for? Have I got myself a timer? I do not. Weird. I've moved my timer on my screen, so that's not good. Alright. The one I didn't boot up, does that one happen? I have too many buttons. Do I have a 5-minute timer there? No. Interesting. Okay, well, I can always do that elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is we'll go with... Let's go down, let's do 15 or 16. Why not? But you know what? I want to get this over with. Let's just kick it into 32. And that way we've got a few more to get rid of. Think? No. I can't make up my mind today. 16 it will be. Okay, so we're going to go. Box is busy, so I'm going to start the prediction on this one, and we'll do it a little bit different. Not bad. Fortune 3 versus 16, I can't spell, or D4. There we go. And then, I don't know. Actually, I can't count. Never mind. And I'm just going to throw that up for 300 seconds. Why not? 5 times 6 is 30, yes. Actually, we'll put 10 minutes on this one. So, create. And then I'm muting for just a second on purpose. Alright, we're back. I just told Siri to set me a timer for 10 minutes that'll make noise. And so let me just move that one out of the way though, because that's a little bit of a pain in the neck. Where am I here? Widgets? Nope. iOS, that's this one. There. Okay. Let's move this one. Oh, not that way. Sure. Put it right up there. That'll do the trick. I don't know why it's behaving the way it is. But I'm just going to pretend it doesn't matter. Okay, so the purple line on top is the timer. And yeah, we know how this drill works. So I'm just going to leave things there for a bit. We've got 16. Make sure they don't get stuck. And I left the string inside, didn't I? Need the string. And then, how many do... cute little hop they do when they come back from being in their crazy little shape. 1, 2. Just grab a few. Don't think I'll need that much, but why not? Hey, DC! Yes, hello! I can say hello because you said hello first. It's one of those things, was it? Don't speak? Don't speak at me until you're spoken to? What's that? You did first, so I'm okay. Now, people get busy, life happens, and sometimes it's just easier to lurk and not be called out because, I don't know, I guess, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just throwing dust in here. I don't know if it's going to make any difference whatsoever, but hey, it's harmless. And we all know I have a spider farm, so there's plenty of it. I didn't have to kill spiders and get 35,000 attempts at an eye or something like that, like DC did last night. God, that was a horrible element of the bingo run. Didn't go DC's way at all. You know, for all of 30 seconds had an itch to play bingo. Then I decided I wanted 3 hours of my life. So, yeah. I actually was wondering what would happen if I just sort of threw caution to the winds, went quasi-kamikaze. Be like, yeah, let's just run and see what happens. Except, last time I tried that, I think I had a personal record for number of deaths in bingo. So, yeah, not one of those records I want to repeat or exceed. I was thinking about it, you know, I did the revealed blind bingo thing for a while, and actually that was kind of a dumb thing when I thought about it last night. It's like, why? There's next to no difference between that and a regular bingo. In the blind bingo, I think the only advantage to doing it that way was for a chicken such as myself. I didn't have to worry about some of the items on the list because in the blind bingo version, certain ones aren't in there. So I guess, in a way, I rigged it to not have to deal with some certain items I didn't like, just because they just don't show up in the blind bingo. But when I thought about it that way, it's kind of cheaty, so not going to have that happen again. But I was actually vaguely wondering, though, if the Bingo Championship of the World... I know it sounds weird, but just about every time when somebody gets an itch to play bingo, it seems to be about twice a year where things become really interesting. Or, like, the interest in bingo seems to really rise, and then it falls off again. It really does seem to be about twice a year. And I'm sort of wondering if we, once again, if we lucked upon the magic weekends, or not weekends, but magic period, which is, you know, virtually impossible, whether or not it would be worth having a sort of a spring classic and a fall classic. Or something along those lines. Maybe have one where, like, one time a year would be the solo championships, and the other one would be maybe team championships or something like that. But that's one of those things that it also dawned on me. I've never successfully been very useful at team bingo. I play a little bit with my kids just to see what it was like, and it's not just because the kids play differently than an adult does, but I realized that what ended up happening with us is we basically all started running for the card, just tried to do different things on the card, but we all basically needed everything, and it fell apart really fast. So yeah, we'll have to just see what happens later on. Uh-oh! Mama Bear's hydrate fail. Yeah, no problem. I have. One of the other disadvantages to me hearing the sound that you guys get as my game sound is that sometimes there's a very slight lag between, we talked about this the other day, but between my placing of something and the sound I actually hear. There's more blocks in this than I figured. Okay. I swear it's been raining more. Yeah. Guess I'll just go grab the rest of the string that I brought back. I have a whole box full, so it's not a big deal. I don't have to go all the way down to the spider pen. But I might as well grab the rest of what I brought up. And then I have extra. Ah! I left that little pop. Okay. I'm not going to name the armadillos. I could, but I'm probably not going to. I'm running around fast enough I don't even see which ones I've already put string into. Okay, where are we at? So, one of the reasons when we're talking about the character that I'm going to be building on top of this, that I oscillate, sounds weird, back, right, we're coming in, back and forth between calling him the Nowhere Man or Jeremy is because of, if I was to actually type it, his full name would get auto-modded. I just figure I just don't want to deal with that. So why say it? You know, just one of those things. Pedantic sometimes works. Where am I here? Okay, let's roll the. We already did the amusement parks. We knocked that one out of the park, so to speak. Really, 2 characters from Final Fantasy. Cloud and I don't know. One of the other reasons I'm thinking about revamping the Geek Out game a little bit to make it all one massive file that it pulls from is not just trying to avoid all the heavy emphasis on Disney, but also looking at it from the point of view of there is a timer on it. Not that, like, it doesn't auto switch itself. It's a timer so that unless it's a mod or myself, it doesn't get changed any more frequently than about 5 minutes. However, it's tempting to put a longer timer on it that does auto change itself. So if it just sits there for a few minutes, nobody says anything, then we can just have it roll itself. But that wouldn't. If I'm going to bother putting that on there, then I might as well, do the complete overhaul. Besides, I mean, once again, I do wonder from time to time some of the stuff gets old. Maybe it's my ADHD getting sick and tired of things. That's possible. But sometimes things need to be refreshed, be different. And besides, it doesn't necessarily always fit with a quieter daytime slot. To have a game like that that's supposed to get people talking. It just doesn't work too well. Yeah. That's it. I mean, you can just. I know Cloud, that's halfway there. We don't have Shinigami in stream. That's even worse. Barbarians. Depends on your point of view, I guess. There was Conan comic books, which is kind of Conan the Barbarian. Can you get more into it? I guess you could be a real goofball and decide that you wanted to include the Viking-esque characters, then you could include Asterix, but that's kind of at a stretch. Come on. We're almost there. Yay! This is a long song. I don't mean the song I'm listening to, I mean the song I'm filling in the dust on. Woofale had suggested that I consider figuring out how to do redstone and put redstone underneath this. And I'm thinking, yeah, but the number of times I'd trigger it by accident doing something or other wouldn't be worth it. Good question. Although I definitely would agree with you. He's a barbarian at times. For sure. Okay, so we're hitting the center circle. Excellent. Getting to that point where the arm of the record player would just sit in there and go round and round and round, skipping in the same groove over and over and over again. I was debating making this like a 45 instead of whatever it is, whatever side. But I didn't want to make the hole in the center huge. And then I also didn't want to fuss with, even though I would probably want to be tempted to, I didn't want to fuss with one of those adapter things. I don't know how many of you guys played a lot of records when you were younger, but I used to get in trouble for it actually because we had a bunch of the little hole filler adapter things for my parents' 45s, and I was forever taking them. I don't even remember what I did with them, but I was forever taking them, and so they would disappear. And I think what actually would happen was I would, for some reason, think that it was a smart idea to go and put them in the record so they'd already be there when we pull the record out of the sleeve. The thing is, that's over time, that's an awful lot of those little filler things. Okay, so I can get rid of the signs because I've got the groove in there now. I don't need to know. I will leave the gray lines just for the moment because then I can use those for centering pieces for Jeremy, but just so I can make sure that he stays somewhat aligned. We are going to have, now that I think about it, mobs showing up on these colors if I don't smarten up. Or not. There we go. There was a spot. Yeah, that works. Right. Well, let's throw it on the end, and another one in the middle-ish. That reminded you? Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Like, that's actually what I thought of when Pogs first came out. I'm like, are they really bringing that back? And no, it wasn't. A Pog is not the same thing. When Pogs first came out in Canada, I actually thought they were disgusting. Because, of course, you had the ones that were found in sort of like the lids of the milk jugs. And there was some of the kids who would play them similar to, basically similar to marbles in a way. You really wondered if they collected them and bothered to ever wash them. So, yeah. That's why I thought it was kind of gross. In any case, we don't have them anymore. I was trying to explain, I can't remember what we were doing, watching some YouTube video or something like that, but my kids were talking about the timer. Aha, 5 minutes ago. So I've overrun my 10-minute timer by 5 minutes. How do I do that all the stinking time? Okay.
let's get this one done. Oh, oops. Do that. Have to stack first. Okay. So this particular prediction, did it go anywhere? We had 3 people in. Okay, sounds good. So let's go up. But I was trying to explain to my kids about battle tops. And they're like, oh, you know, like Beyblades. Yes. But we actually called it like it was at one point. Beyblades were such a ripoff by comparison. And I just did that wrong. Okay, we had 34 already in the bin, and I just added to it. So we had an odd number this time. Actually, pay attention. There we go. All right. I bombed that one. So if we want another prediction, we can do that, but it's probably a little more exciting than what we're up to. What is this? This is... oh. Okay. Good going, Mike Burton. Awesome. Mike got a good score this time. Details. That. Yeah, 12 grand score, not bad. All right, so that alert does disappear eventually. That's part of why it was up on the screen. So if Dadcraft hadn't alerted me to it, I probably would have completely and utterly forgot it was there. Okay, so now we need to find what we're going to do with Jeremy. I'm just going to grab a quick look and see if I've downloaded a picture of him already, or if we need to grab one. Because what I remember and what he actually did these days are 2 different things. You're very welcome. Anytime. Oh. Report stuff from yesterday. Okay, ditch that. I have far too many tabs open. New tab. Images. Most of the images have him standing. So we may end up having to do him standing. That's fine. I mean, he's in a good mood when he's standing. When he's sitting, he's a bit grumpy. Making sulfur hammers today. Kind of busy process. Oh, what's involved in making a sulfur hammer when you're not super busy? Oh, actually... okay, let's see. For the purposes of what we're doing, that might work. Okay, so what I'm thinking... can I save this one? Save image as. Yay! It works. Perfect. Okay, Minecraft stuff. I'm just putting it away, and then I will show you guys the file. Ideas? Oh, I guess I need a new folder. Beatles, there we go. Save. And there's a bunch of related GIFs, okay. I have that one, come on. It hadn't occurred to me when I'm looking at videos to actually use GIFs. You know, that would be sensible. But I'm not going to show you the tenor page because the ads on it are really bizarre. Okay,
So what we're looking at, where's the references thing? I don't want to mess with. Okay. References, I'll turn that one off. And we're going to add a media source. Jeremy. Okay. It'll probably be right in the middle of everything else, so find the file. Minecraft stuff. Nope. Ah, wrong file. There we go. I'm trying to open this so you guys can see what's going on, and now I'm winding myself up. Okay, open. Loop. Sure. Where? Okay. I think that's okay. So this one, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, he spins, so I can take a freeze frame of that. That's our little dude. We can make him bigger, of course, right? Let's see. Let's put him right in the middle. Not quite the right angle. Let's see. Can I do this? F4. I can up. There we go. So yeah, except we can make him bigger, but that's kind of the idea. Maybe more like this. Not actively spinning, of course, right? That's the sort of the size I was thinking of. And can you please pause? 1, 2, 3, freeze. But he's not in a great mood. Okay, then where the idea had kind of come from is media source. Jeremy with needles. Oh. Jeremy, there we go. And I'm going to open another GIF. Loop. Close. Browse. This one. It's not a great reference, it's only temporary, but this is sort of the idea where he was coming from. And that black platter bit turns out to be a bunch of circles, but that was sort of the notion I had for a record. Because the Beatles were going round and round on something with him. So, yeah, that's where we're at, reference-wise. So now that I've got something I can work with, then we can get a start on trying to create said weirdo sitting in the middle of the record. Which is probably mostly wool, and we'll figure out the face when we get there. Where's the ideas folder? I have to open it up for me now, as opposed to just a source. Beatles, where's the GIF? Jeremy, there we go. I almost clicked to set the GIF as my desktop background. Can you imagine that would be annoying? Yeah. When you double click a GIF in your Windows thing, it gives you not a whole lot of control for play and pause and whatnot, so it's just going round and round and round on the side, and it's kind of distracting, but that's okay, we'll get there. So yeah, we're gonna figure that one out. Ads, okay, let's put me, for real, in here, and we need to start with a whole ton of wool. So we're going to wing this one a little bit and see what we can get. We've got brown wool and pink for the tail. Okay. I actually get to use stuff in here. Do I want pink or do I want magenta? Some of A and some of B, maybe? This color was a bit weird. Let's go with pink for a while. Okay. I don't think I'm going to need a whole ton of it to begin with. And we need a lot of brown. Where'd the brown go? More ads. Nope. Wrong way. Okay. This is why I need to put signs up, because... There we go. Because I can never remember where I put things. The brown apparently is not as active as everybody else. That's kind of different. I'll have to do a double check on the shears to make sure they're in good shape. Oops. Wait. Hey. No. If I can avoid it, I don't have to leave partials behind. Okay. That'll give me a good start, and I can ditch the other products on the way by. So yeah, we get to bake it. And we don't have a whole lot of shape choices, but that's okay. Like, he's hairy, so we can figure that one out as we go. Let's see, what's this? Do I have mod drops box? Spring. Okay, let's put that on this end. Much. I have no idea what that is. Skipping it. Ow. This music is just strange. I may not come back to this list after all. We'll see. Oak signs can go there. Go here.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Maybe we'll have a conversation at some point. I don't know. News to me. Okay. So the brown is the big key, and let's just go out and see if we can wing it. Now, I'm trying to figure out how big I wanted him again. So I'm just going to quickly turn that one back on, just briefly. Not that. No. T, please. Thank you. This one. Okay, so he's a little bit... He's almost ready to cover the whole circle, so I think I can deal with that. Let's move him a little more center for the purposes we need. And I'm not going to leave him there, don't worry. He's huge, but I'm not going to leave him there. Did I get a visual in my head? Okay, there we go. So, quick screenshot for me. I hate it, but that's okay. Save. Sure, we'll deal with that later. Save. Okay. Now, back on the live screen, and we can turn off the references. So you guys don't have to put up with that. And yeah, we'll try and get Jeremy going. Alright. Where did I put it? I can never find anything these days. This way. Desktop, please. Give me the screen grab. Okay. Decode has changed. Shield agents. We need ourselves a... I made a boo-boo at one point recently where I accidentally told Microsoft Photo not to be a background startup item because I thought that was kind of a dumb thing, and apparently it lost all its file associations, so I don't know what I did there. Okay, so Jeremy, my fine friend. Now I have to pick an orientation. You can have his back to the sub. I guess actually maybe, on the other hand, if I have him going the opposite direction, looking towards the sub, or off to the left, northwest, then the logic being that he's not looking out towards Trim, because that might not be a bad idea either. We'll see. I'm a little bit chuffed the way the record's turning out. Yeah. This is part of why we get so much Disney. Wow. Okay, we definitely have this one in the bag, but yeah. Okay, so I guess this is northwest. Yes. Just let's see. Oh, you're gonna float. I forgot about that. Whoops. Oh well. I can deal with that one. If all else fails, I can come back through and make the, if I want him to sit on the label, then I can actually make the label full blocks instead of slabs. But sometimes I joke about fake it till you make it, but frankly, in this instance, I don't know if I really want to. Okay, so if... Pretty big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I need to make them a little bigger than that. Okay. The other thing I need is my shears. That'll be sensible too. Because this is all sheer madness. Oh. I should sleep. You think floating is appropriate? Yeah, I guess that would work. Speaking of floating, if we get this guy done before next stream weekend, which I'm hoping... Yeah, if I get him done before next stream weekend, then we can probably deal with having... Oh, actually... I could have his butt basically cover the entirety of the label. And have his legs come out, like, more or less to the first groove. That might work. He's a little bit bigger that way. But that makes it... Although it's dumb, it makes the other features, like the nose and face and so on, a little easier to do. Make his bulk. So we're just going to do that then. He's going to basically be the size of the label. Which makes the label creation kind of dumb, but hey. Sometimes you gotta try stuff, right? I will not make him hollow on the inside, but I'm not going to worry about filling it right away because we need to get the shape down first. At the moment, I'm just following the circle that we've already got because it makes it easy. We can always change our minds, right? You can hear the delay. Anyway, Jeremy. Okay, so then that's his bottom side. Of course, the screenshot I took, I had him pointing the other direction, but you know, that's okay. His legs are about 45, which means they're almost at the half line. So his tail would be back here. The half line? Yep. 2, 3.
That'll do for starters. This way, because his generic self, generic bulk, needs to come out a little further anyways, so curve up a little bit. Maybe not quite that much. Start with him being circular. I mean, I can always make him non-circular later. I'm attempting to do the Nowhere Man from Yellow Submarine. So, if you're familiar with the movie, then it's Jeremy. Basically, he's the brown fuzzy dude who's smaller than the Beatles. Which actually, now that I think about it, you know. So far, the scale isn't actually that bad compared to the size of the Beatles. That was completely unintentional. But yeah, so that's why I'm sort of going to be winging it through. It'll be an interesting one to see how it works out, because I have never built something like this before. And definitely not from scratch. But I'm cheating about making him sort of circular because one of the advantages to having done the record underneath is then I sort of have a grid of circles that I can kind of follow. So yeah, it gives me shortcuts. But we do need to figure out feet and stuff like that as well. And it does come back inwards fairly quickly. Over there. Okay. Let's see. I'm just guesstimating here. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be at least 2, 3, and then that's got to curve back in. Okay, so we've got maybe 1 to 2 more rows on whatever sides are quote-unquote front, and then this part, the brown, has to start curving back inwards, even though the back section continues to rise. So we'll see. Many people have said, just go for it. Give it a try. See if you can build it from scratch. I don't know. I'm not one who likes to build a lot of things from scratch. I don't do organic shapes very well. But as I said, you never know till you try, I suppose. I wouldn't say I'm good at it, ever. But, yeah. It seems to do alright so far. Because I don't have to keep it hollow just for materials reasons, then I may not. Because that way I don't have to light it up on the inside. There's a cheatability to that. Okay. This back section keeps rising. Let's focus on the front. We need to have feet. Feet. Or weird looking legs. And it's okay for them to look weird because they were janky in the picture anyways, or in the movie. That whole art style was very janky to begin with. Artistic films are like that though. Okay. It's got quite a lot of belly hanging out. It also feels weird to be this small in comparison to it. To it, yes. Should I make it full quarter? Yeah, okay. That's great. About 1/5 of the way around. Okay, let's just fake it.
I'm being very indecisive because I've never done one of these, right? That's what I do. Let's go here, maybe? Of course, I have to backfill. You're like really large. 1, 2, 3. 3. Keep going up this way. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't look right. Yeah, but well. Huh. Not quite. Let's see, can I recover part of this? Yes. Okay. Not quite. Let's just straighten it out. Come on. Glenn. Seriously. You parkour onto your own thing? Okay, there we go. F4, what do I want? A little skinnier? Okay. 2, 3. Try that. Guess you need toes? Maybe? The leg's not long enough, but getting there. 1, 2, 3. I don't like this. Okay. Better. So what did we do there? 1, 2, 3, 2 out. Okay. Match this. Got 1, 2, 3. Let's try and sleep. I don't know about whether or not it's going to turn out, but hey, we can give it a shot. I'm going to continue the angle, actually, rather than coming out straight at that point. Just a little bit further to the edge of this groove, and then give him feet, I think. I mean, given what we saw and what we were working with. Let me... Where is this one? Not that one. Open the GIF. Let's pause said GIF. I'm going to make it smaller, though. It says he's on. Don't worry, I'm moving it. Jeremy, you... Smaller to begin with. Tighter. Fit. There, don't bump your head. I didn't know I could do this, to be honest. Okay, now we're gonna make the whole thing smaller. And you can just, you know, sit and rotate. There we go, and I'll pause it. Aha! Wow. Didn't expect that. Okay. Properties. All right. So actually, that's far better angle than what I was looking at before. 1, 2, 3. This one. Okay, so his leg is a little too thick, parts of it. But it will do. He's going to be leading out, so I may actually have to go out to the second groove. Sorry, the third, I guess. But it's not fully, have all of his belly yet. But I can probably make them a little bit skinnier. Spread a bit more. Okay, so let's try. 2, let's come up this way. This way. It's confusing. Yeah, okay. And I think if I square that off, I'll take out a couple on the left side. We've got 3 Pixar animation feature films. Toy Story, Cars, and Monsters, Inc. Yes! Exactly. Exactly. They do fit. 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So angle, angle, and 2 and 2. So if I make it narrower... Okay. I'm gonna need this one. Two. Actually, I think I'll just take off all 4 of those. That should work. 3, I can't count. Doo-doo-doo. I'll have to stay on evens versus odds on this guy. I was going to make it a 3x3 leg, but I guess, actually, maybe if I do it one more thick. Yeah. It needs a foot. Okay. Try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut in by 1. 3, 4. That's a 3x3 foot. I can deal with that. Okay. And then his leg. Try and jump up here and see. It's not quite scrawny enough, but I think it'll do. Yeah, I think it'll do. She says as she goes and does something else, right? So much for 3x3. No, actually, it's not. It's just moving over. Yep, what's your foot look like? Not much to your foot, so that's good. Let's thicken this up then. 1, 2, 3. We'll see what we think of it in the end, but... And I wanted it 3x3, so let's move one more. I'm gonna pretend that's belly. This one. And that one. I think. Well, I've got a very interesting background music. Mars Monorail by Eden Avery. He's tall, slim, because he's got a... wrong one. Reach? Come on. I reach? Okay. Well, I know pink doesn't belong here, so I can just use that. Two, three.
fix? Yes. Debating whether or not I want that other piece. This leg really looks stupidly stubby, so I don't like this. It's got to go to the next one. Okay. Minecraft. Oh well. This. There'll be some adding and cutting away as we go, I'm sure. But I think at that length is a little bit better. Yeah, and the legs are really not quite right, but... I don't care. Well, I do care. I say I don't care, and then I do care. It's not true. How can I... Okay, let's come down a bit. What can I do? This is why I am not Tiz. Tiz for Truth can do all kinds of crazy wackadoodle stuff with shapes that I just find magic. Oh, okay. Wow. Sometimes I surprise myself. Because the bottom needs a bit more trimming, but I think we're just about there. And at the end of this one, at that groove, I can do some sort of foot. Whatever that foot happens to be. 1, 2, this one. Keep that for sure. Thank you. I recognize that I forgot to sleep. On the ground, what did I want to do there? Thicker, thicker, thicker. I guess it's got to be 3 to get 2 out of that. I don't know if I can actually control this guy while I'm up in the air, so I'd rather not try. Okay, and then it's got to come up on top. Okay. Legs are hard. Come
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go up this way. What did I see that I wanted to do? This one, that one, this one. I have a full 3, yeah. This one, that one. It's an ankle, sort of. That'll do for now, I think. It's horrible, but it's a placeholder. Okay, so what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine. I need to go here. Okay. Wow, that was a delayed noise. Two more. Be thicker down here then. This all the way back. I guess we'll run it down to the foot. Yeah. Wasn't going to, but probably should. That looks so dopey. Hey, it's first attempt, right? FIL, first attempts in learning. Oh, whoops, nope, that doesn't look right. The center section was easier. Oh boy. We're almost there.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the
1,
ads are
2,
over.
3, 4,
Thank
5,
you for
point,
supporting
6,
the stream.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sure. Okay. Given that I've never done this before, that's actually not dreadful. We'll take the one that's right there by the pseudo foot thing. Just that top one. Maybe add one on the opposite side. So, in comes this one. Did I just do that? Oh well. Now it goes this one. What did I just do there? Oh, I cut his foot off. Ha ha ha. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to do. Yoink. Okay, that gets your angle a bit better. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go with that for now. Mark up the other one. And then see what if I need to change it once I start getting the body going. Because his legs are a little too thick for the body on the image. So there's definitely something wrong on this inner side. But I don't know what I want to take away until we've got more shape to work with. Okay, so the two met up in the middle is part of the problem. Which it should not do. So what do I like here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Up by 2. I don't know if I can repeat that. That'll be interesting to find out. I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, up by 2. What did I do there? I have no idea. That's not good. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So up by 1, where I was. Then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There you go. 2, 3, 4, and then 6. Where? Let's go those. We have inside. Center came out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's hope we have that. Center came out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the 6 works from there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 6 jogs back 1. Okay, and then we, from the jog back, 6, 9. Okay. Let's try that. We're going to jog back by 1. Guess I have to fill this bit in. Then we go 6. And I have to cut out underneath, but I can deal with that after. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Might work. Should be 2 blocks longer, right? And then 9, I think, including the jog back. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 9. We got. Yeah, that was Sesame Street. Yep. Sesame Street. I don't know if it was the electric company part or not, because Canadian Sesame Street was weird. We got very different stuff than the Americans did. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. Yep. 9. Okay, that's good. 7, 8, 9. Okay. 1 is 10. Should be 10 blocks long. Then we've got the crazy foot. Okay. Let's try that. Should be 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With the foot, which is, for now, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, we've sort of got the shape. It definitely needs lots of work. And it's 3 blocks wide, right? I think. Yeah. 3 blocks wide. Okay. And I'm going to have lots of extra trimming out to do. Ah, got there. Perfect. Come on. Can't reach it. Okay, well, great. That's alright. Reach it now. Nope. Alright, so let's see, how are we looking? Well, it actually should be wider. The legs are weirdly long. So I will have to redo that later, I guess. Because we're closer to the end and I don't really want to do a whole bunch of tear out and rebuild on camera just because I'm not satisfied with it, then let's switch over to the tail and keep working on raising the back. We can deal with that without too much trouble, I'm hoping. I mean, this one's supposed to be a little bit like a big bunny fluff, so we can deal with that. He's kind of sitting on it, so I think we've got a little bit of leeway for another couple runs upwards. Fun. There we go. Three on this one. I think the tail is actually coming out a little bit better than the other parts did. 1, 2. We got a 1 wide. Okay. 2. Why is it the bunny tails or something I'm better at? I don't know. This one, that one. Yeah, we're having more luck with that one by a good margin. Oh well. Life is like that. As I can. I'm getting somewhere. Slowly. There. Easy to put down. Take up, down, and put up. What was I doing? Okay, I think we can come up. One more, I think, in the center, and then we just have to fluff around the outside. Where's the stutter? This one. Two. So one more out the outside. Okay. Yes. Do the end there. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. How did I? Okay, it's not odd. 2, 2, 1. Whatever. 1, 2, 2. I don't know. I'll make it up as I go along. I'm gonna figure that one out because it's odd became evens became odds again, which doesn't work. Evens became I was even at the beginning. That's the problem. Okay, 2. That stays even. Stays even. Even. But I got a hangover extra. How did that work? I tried to go odd in the middle. That's the problem. Okay. Can't do that. Can't do that. That's okay. Not a big deal. Two, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, wrong again. What am I doing? Pull this. Two, 2, 1, 2. Out at the bottom. Okay, that's even. It's a 1, which is not going to work because I have to make it even. 3. Yeah, okay. Keep trying to turn even into odd, and that's not going to work. Under my nose. Duh. This one. There. Yes. I don't know. You'd think I'd need more coffee or something, but I shouldn't. Alright. Yeah, that looks fine from here. Well, this bit's weird, but that's just because I didn't fill it in the sand. Okay. Jeremy Hillary keeps growing. Excuse me. So this one needs to change. That color. My sanity. That one, that one. One. Tail, but otherwise he'd be continuing to grow up there. Let's keep going. Also make him a little more straight back than he should be, which is not ideal. Yeah. The tail's too close in. Okay. I really should have worked on that shape first. Because there's a lot I've dropped the ball on already. Okay, well that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna alter part of this. I want the first row to change or the second row. I'm trying to decide. We've got ourselves 10 minutes. I think I'm gonna make the second row. Need to be up on top. See what I'm doing. So in this practical sense, I'm following a groove. I'm in the groove. Doo-doo-doo. He's going to be 2 blocks wide at this level, and then same with the one above. So I don't play super fast when that's the case, unfortunately. This one, that one. I'll deal with fixing the toe after the tail afterwards. Let's just get one side happy. I think that's going to work better. Let's see. Yeah, it gets more of a squat shape. I'm not great at shapes, can you tell? Okay, round, round, round. And then you can go kind of vertical back. The tail actually is weirdly a better shaped spot than what I'm actually working on. So this part's going to come out and follow the groove. There we go. This one, this one, this one. I think, nope. No, it's going to come out even further. Why? What? What am I missing here? A sec. This may take a while. I've got camp this weekend, so I won't be able to do a whole lot of off-camera work, but it would be nice if I could. Okay, let's see. 2. I'm 2 deep from there. 1, 2. So I don't need 2. Not this one. Okay, so I'm not doing the groove. I think. That one off. Okay, let's try that. What did I just do? Yes. Not doing the groove. That's groove. Back here. That groove. It is. Oh! Spiral. Right! Okay. Maniac. This one's wrong. Actually, that should have been there. Two. One. One, two. Guess I didn't need. Aye. Two. We're getting the shape we need slowly. Will be spots that will seem like they're 3, I guess. Just to be 2 from other spots. And I got round to the leg. Well, that's not ideal. So this bottom didn't work right. That's okay. We're almost there. I think that's going to be a better shape, and then we can start getting more vertical, maybe. Got 1, 2, 2. So we've got there's one. So we need to get 2, 2. Oops. Not really going to matter, actually. Why am I cutting out? 2. This one. And 2, 2, 2, 2. 1. Am I going to like it when it's done? I do not know. The delayed sound is a bit weird to work with, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. 1 from the inside, that's a second. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not liking that, but oh well. I will never like it all, so I have to learn at some point to stop whinging about it. Or complaining, or whatever the Brits want to call it. The corner. 2. Around the corner.
2. I've gone around the edge, so I need to kill this one. This way. Yeah. So the slightly wider hem is actually making the legs a bit better, which is part of why I wasn't going to fix them right away. Not to mention that this left-hand one is not in the right spot anyways, because it was too far over. So the tail's sort of wrong, but that's fixable. I can handle that. Alright, so we've hit the top of the hour. Let's just finish off this close-in section in between. Where is the circle? Where was the circle? Question. Back down here. 1 becomes the second row. That's 2 deep, 2 deep, 1 deep. This way. It's not going to look great for a while. Alright, yeah. More on this side, because I can run around. Yep, up please. Oh. Miscounted. There we go. Okay. Kinda, sorta, maybe. We're getting somewhere with this guy, so we'll keep working on him next week. And hopefully we'll get things finished. At least enough that we have a shape that we can work with by Halloween. But yeah, the face I'm going to be fussy with as well. So for everybody who's hanging out and sticking around, we made some progress today. We got the record done. There we go. We can put the weirdo on the record. Who needs a needle when you've got a weirdo? Alright, so, yeah, let's just go this way. Finish her off there. So I think we're going to find someone to raid out to. Not to mention we have some strange music coming through at the moment, which is a bit more odd than I had expected. Let's find a live channel to raid to. Being Thursday, I have no idea what's going on. It's normal. Oh, thank you for sleeping through the night. I appreciate it. I just saw that. Would not have been an ideal time to get zapped. But let's get that raid rolling, and we are going to go to... Good question. A lot of the people I normally would go to are not playing Minecraft today. I just heard a ding. Ads in 2 minutes. Let's dismiss that. You're still going to get the reminder, but it won't actually go to an ad. Let's see. Groova's working on map art that's nearly complete. That's probably our best bet, because I don't see anybody else that I know well playing Minecraft at the moment. Mickey's at 4 hours, which I don't know about you, but I think it's a little insane to go beyond. We could... okay, actually, you guys get a choice. Would you rather have Groova, or would you rather have Griffin? Griffin Prime. Those are the choices. You're very welcome, Mike. Very, very welcome indeed. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I've got 2 to choose to go. Groova. Perfect. We're going to Groova for map art. Alright. First thing I saw. It works. We're going to Groova.
So please do give him our best. I will probably be lurking as I try and figure this out because, of course, now I've got a bone to chew on. And we'll see you guys soon.
Mischief managed.
Well, I don't know about that. If anyone has a suggestion for a new sound for that, I definitely would appreciate it. Feel free to toss that in the Discord. And any other feedback is always welcome. I want to say thank you very much, Max, for the raid. It was always appreciated, and you spoiled me by bringing it over. Thank you very much to the moderation team today, including Mama Bear 65, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and the fine Zerk. Thank you, Zerk, for the supplies. Very, very helpful. We had conversation from Balbrine73, Max Money, Zetek, Mike Burton, Vale, ITT Tom, Dadcraft dropped by, and we're headed off to see Groova. So until tomorrow, noon-ish Eastern, have yourself a wonderful day, and bye-bye for now.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.